Okay, good afternoon to all of you. Whether the slide is visible? Anyone, please respond. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, Pushkar, Pratibha, should we start?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, good afternoon to all of you. Today we'll take up a tool which will help you in performing mutation testing. The details of mutation testing we have taken in one theory class. We have also taken an example. Now today we'll discuss how you can use this tool to perform mutation testing. Okay, we'll discuss a little bit of introduction, then history, some example of jumble output, how the output will look like, then what are the possible mutations in jumble, how to install jumble, how to run jumble, and some common types of errors that can be detected by jumble. Okay. So jumble is basically a Java application that mutates a Java class at the bytecode level. Please remember. So jumble is a Java application which mutates a Java class at the bytecode level, and this jumble, it runs its corresponding unit test cases to determine the number of killed mutants, because in mutation testing we have seen that the objective is to kill all the mutants. So Jumble, which is a Java application, it runs its corresponding unit test cases to determine the number of killed mutants. How many number of mutants are there and how many are killed? Those things can be shown by Jumble. If no test cases are failed, then the mutant test lives, isn't it? If none of the test cases they failed, what does it mean? This original program output and the changed program output, they are same. That means no test cases are failed. That means the mutant still remains. The mutant still remain alive. Okay, still remains alive. We say that the mutant lives. Objective is to kill the mutants. After all the results have been tabulated, Jumble returns a mutation score. What is a mutation score? I have already told in the theory class. A mutation score, okay, is a percentage or is the percentage of all the generated mutants that have been killed. So that is mutation score is equal to number of mutants killed divided by total number of mutants into 100. After all the results have been tabulated, Jumble returns a mutation score, which is a percentage of all the generated mutants that have been killed. So besides this mutation score, what other things the Jumble can give? Additionally, in Jumble, your console output will also tell you the details regarding each live mutant. So the details of the live mutants also will be displayed in your screen. Jumble is a class level mutation testing tool that works in conjunction with JUnit. So Jumble basically, it is a class level mutation testing tool which works in conjunction with JUnit. JUnit you might have known, it is a tool for unit testing, a Java version tool JUnit. So I will tell Pushkar and Pratibha, they will take JUnit maybe in the next class. We'll try. Okay, it's a very easy tool. The purpose, what is the purpose of mutation testing? This also we have discussed in the our theory class. The purpose of mutation testing is to provide a measure of the effectiveness of the test cases. How to measure the effectiveness of your test cases? Your test cases detect how many errors? How to measure that one? So through mutation testing. The purpose of mutation testing is to provide a measure of the effectiveness of the test cases. So there are two kinds of mutants I have already told you, primary mutant and secondary mutant. A single mutation is performed on the code to be tested. So in this Jumble, we'll see, only we'll try to handle this primary mutant. Here a single mutation is performed on what? On the code to be tested. The corresponding test cases are then executed. Okay, so here a single mutation is first performed, only one change is made on the code to be tested, and then the corresponding test cases are then executed. If the modified code fails the test cases, what will happen? Then this increases confidence in the test. Okay, our objective is that this modified code, the output of the modified code should be different from the original code. So if the modified code fails the test test, then we say that then this increases the confidence in the tests. Conversely, if the modified code passes the test, this indicates a testing deficiency. Passes the test case means the result is the same, which should not happen. The result of the modified code should be different from the original code. So if the modified code passes the test, then this indicates a testing deficiency, some problem in your program. Or your test cases are not sufficient, or other test cases to detect the errors to kill the mutants. JUnit has become the de facto unit testing framework for the Java language. Nowadays, JUnit, this is a Java version tool for unit testing. Nowadays, JUnit has become the de facto standard, de facto unit testing framework for the Java language. A class and its corresponding JUnit test is a sensible granularity at which to apply mutation testing. So for mutation testing, for using Jumble, you may use JUnit. You have to use JUnit. A class and its corresponding JUnit test is a sensible granularity at which to apply mutation testing. So this mutation testing normally it has to be performed at the unit table. That means at the unit table level. That means at the class level. With Java, it is feasible to perform mutations at either the source code or at the bytecode level. This is important, please remember. With Java, how you can perform mutations? With Java, it is feasible to perform mutations at two levels, at either the source code level or at the bytecode level. So, Jester is a mutation tester operating at the source code level. I have already told you, Jumble works at where? Jumble works at the bytecode level. If you want to test at the source code level, so another tool you can use that is known as Jester. So Jester is a mutation tester which operates at the source code level. While Jester proves useful, it is hampered by the following factors. Okay, Jester is useful, but it is hampered by the following factors. While Jester proves useful, it is hampered by the following factors. The costly cycle of modifying the source. So modifying the source, modification of the source is very much costly. Compiling the source is also a little bit difficult, and running the test cases is also complex. It is difficult in case of Jester. That's why nowadays Jumble is preferred by almost all the researchers and practitioners. Jumble is a new mutation tester operating directly on where? On the class files. Okay, so Jumble is a new mutation tester which operates directly on the class files. It uses the bytecode engineering library. You might have known BCL, bytecode engineering library. So Jumble uses the bytecode engineering library to directly modify the class files, because we want to make the changes, we want to make modifications where? At the class files. So Jumble is the bytecode. Jumble uses the bytecode engineering library to directly modify the class files, thereby drastically cutting the time taken for each mutation test cycle. As we have already seen, the mutation test cycle in Jester is costly. It takes long time. But since in Jumble it uses bytecode engineering library to directly modify the class files, so it drastically cuts down the time taken for each mutation test cycle. So let's see a little bit of history of the Jumble. Jumble was developed in the period 2003 to 6 by a commercial company in New Zealand. The name of the company is Real2. You can see the website of Real2, and it is now available as a open source software under the GPL license. At Real2, Jumble is used for what? At Real2, Jumble is used on a continuous basis within an agile programming environment. I hope you must have known about agile programming. The different types of agile programming are Scrum, extreme programming, DSDM, unified process, and so on, Lean. So these are the agile programming techniques. So at Real2, Jumble is used on a continuous basis with an agile programming environment with approximately 4 lakh lines of Java code under source control. Okay, so at Real2, this Jumble is used. on a continuous basis, where within an agile programming environment with near about 4 lakh lines of Java code under source control. This checks out project code every 15 minutes. So this JUMBLE, okay. So this real 2. Now we are discussing that real 2 where JUMBLE was used. JUMBLE checks out the project code every 15 minutes and runs an incremental set of unit test and mutation test for modified classes. So this tool, JUMBLE, it checks out the project code every 15 minutes and it runs in an incremental set. It runs an incremental set of unit tests and mutation test for the changed classes or for the modified classes. Now let's take an example of the JUMBLE output, how the output looks like. So consider a Java class maybe called addition. You have developed a Java class addition, which has some JUnit test cases in a class called additional test. So as I have already told you, in conjunction with JUMBLE, you should use JUnit test cases. Suppose you have created a class addition and which has this JUnit test case addition test. So addition is the name of the Java class. Its corresponding JUnit test is addition test. So how does JUMBLE work? JUMBLE starts by running the unit test. So what is the unit test here? Addition test, it is the unit, it is the JUnit test in a class. Its extension we have to give as name dot class. So by running the unit test in addition test dot class on the unmodified addition class. So addition class are the original program, unmodified program. So JUMBLE starts by running the unit test cases in addition test class on the unmodified addition class for what? To check that they all pass, all the test cases pass, and to measure the time taken by each test. So first it runs where? On the original class, on the unmodified class, to check that all the test cases they all pass, and it also measures the time taken by each test case. So now original test case, original program has been run in by the test cases. Now what we have to do? We have to modify the original program, maybe plus with minus or star with slash, etc. Then again we will run the test cases for the modified program. Let's see what is happening. As I have already told you, first this JUMBLE, it starts by running the unit test where? On the unmodified addition, on the unmodified class, that is addition class. Then we'll see that whether all the test cases are passed or not, and we measure the time taken by each test case. Now we have to come to the modified class. We have to make some modifications as plus with the minus or star with slash. Then again we will run the test cases. We will see whether they are passed or failed. Then this JUMBLE, what it will do? It will mutate the addition in various ways. It will change this class addition in various ways. Examples I have already told you: plus with minus, star with slash, integer with character, integer with float, etc. And it will run the same test cases again to see if they detect the mutation or not. Because the output of the original program now it will be different from the mutated program. If this happens, then your testing is okay. You have killed the mutants. Otherwise, some mutants are still alive. You have to add more test cases to detect and kill those mutants. This process, it continues this process until all mutations of the addition have been tried. So it will try with all the mutations and detect if any errors are there. So this process will be continued until all mutations of this addition class have been tried. The output will look like this. So first it will say you are mutating what? Mutating the class addition. The JUnit class name is what? Addition test. Mutation point is 12. That means 12 modifications you have made. Mutation points is equal to 12. Unit test time taken is 2.02 seconds. And out of 12, 4 mutants have been failed. 1, 2, 3, 4. M stands for mutants. 4 mutants failed. What are the line numbers? Line number 31, 33, 34, 35. What are the mutants you have made? In 31, negated conditional statement. 33 also negated conditional statement. 34 minus is replaced with the plus. 35 negated conditional. So 4 mutations will fail. So out of how many? Out of 12, 4 are failed. So then what is the success ratio? That means how many are passed? 8 are passed. So 8 by 12, how much? I think 67%, isn't it? So mutation score will be how many were killed? Out of 12, 4 are failed. So this is the problem. So your testing is successful how much? So 8 cases were actual success, 8 by 12, so that is 67%. So mutation score is 67%. Okay. In this way, the jumble output will be displayed on the screen. So what is I have already told you this output meaning I am explaining here. This says that jumble has tried for 12 different mutants of addition, and the unit test in addition test correctly detected the change behavior in 8 cases. So 8 by 12 cases indicated by A. So when you are saying that so 8 cases have been detected, another 4 is not detected but failed to detect the changes in the other 4 cases, 4 by 12 cases, and hence score is equal to 8 by 12 is equal to 67%. So mutation score is equal to 8 by 12, that is equal to 67%. Now let's see what are the possible mutations that may occur in jumble. If you are using conditional statements, then how jumble will mutate? Jumble will replace each condition with its negation. For example, the condition x is greater than y if is there, it is mutated to become x what negation of x greater than y. Okay, if in the original program it is x is greater than y, the jumble will automatically make it negation of x greater than y. Such mutations are not limited to simple conditionals, as in if statements. You can also use complex conditionals. They also can occur in loop conditions of while, for, and do loops, and in the ternary operation, the conditional operator or the ternary operator. This is question mark and colon. So they are not limited to only simple conditionals, but also they can occur in loop conditions of while, for, and do loops, etc., and in ternary operations also. The modification of so we are discussing now conditions, the conditionals. The modification of a conditional can cause infinite looping. Okay, if you are modifying some conditional, the modification of a conditional can cause may cause infinite looping. Jumble detects this situation. So this infinite looping can be detected by also Jumble. Jumble detects this situation by first timing the test on the unmodified code. It records the time on the unmodified code. Then if the mutated code takes more than a certain multiple of this time, maybe 2 times, 3 times or so, then the test is assumed to have caused infinite looping, and then the result is deemed to be pass. Okay, then the result is deemed to be pass. Such results are indicated by a T in the test output. So normally these types of cases, such results are indicated by a T in the test output. Jumble always mutates conditionals. Whenever conditional is there, Jumble will automatically mutate it. It always mutates the conditionals. Similarly, other examples I have given, those are easy, you can read yourself. If some binary arithmetic is there, how does Jumble mutates? How does Jumble mutate? Jumble can replace the binary arithmetic operations for either integer or floating point arithmetic with another operation. Okay, so this tool Jumble, it can replace automatically the binary arithmetic operations such as plus, minus, etc. for either integer or floating point arithmetic, whatever may be, either integer or floating point arithmetic with what? With another operation. I will give a table like plus can be replaced with what? Minus can be replaced with what? So Jumble, how it will replace, I will show in a table. The replacement operation is selected according to the table below. So I will show you a table. So the replacement operation is selected according to the table given below. I will show the table now. Like Jumble always mutates binary arithmetic operations as follows. If it detects a plus, automatically it will convert it to minus. If there is a plus minus, it will automatically convert to plus. Similarly, star with a minus, slash with a star, percentage with star, and with or with and, like those things are there. So in this way, Jumble mutates every binary arithmetic operations. Fixed replacements rather than random replacements are used. So here it is not using any random replacement, rather it uses fixed replacement, because sometimes different operations will correctly produce the same result. So that's why it said that plus means it will automatically replace with the minus, no, with no other operation. Minus will automatically it will be replaced with plus with no more with no other operation. So these are fixed. Even when using the fixed replacements of the table, such a situation can occasionally arise. This might arise, but it use always these fixed operations, fixed replacements. Similarly, increments, decrements, and the assignment decrements and the decrements are also muted to their opposite sign. For example, I plus plus automatically it will become I minus minus. This mutation is off by default. So this increment mutation, it is by default it is off, but you can make it turn on using the minus I or minus minus increments command or minus minus increments at command line flags. Okay. Similarly, in inline constants, Jumble can change the value of the literal constants used in const instructions and various push instructions. Because Jumble cannot tell from the class file whether such constants are ints or sorts or characters or bytes or booleans. So some confusion can occur when interpreting the output of these mutations. Inline constants, if the mutated value happens to corresponding to a printable ASCII character, then this value appears in parentheses after the numerical value. A value of 0 might also be a binary boolean false, and a value of 1 may be a boolean true. Okay, a value of 0, it might also be treated as a boolean false, and a value of 1 may be treated as a boolean true. The mutation of inline constant is off by default. By default, this is off, but it can be turned on using the minus k symbol or by minus minus inline constants command line flags. Similarly, class pool constants. Jumble can change the value of literal constants and strings that appear in the class pool of a class. Primitive literals, for example, integers, doubles, etc., they are muted in a similar way, just like in a similar way to inline constants. And the string literals are replaced by the string jumble or jumble. So the string literals, they are replaced by the string, what you can say, this maybe underscore jumble or simple jumble. You just check. The mutation of a constant pool entries is off by default. Okay, so by default the mutation of constant pool entries is off by default, but it can be turned on using this minus W symbol or minus minus C pool command line flag. Return values, this is very easy. Jumble can also change the return values for primitive boolean, sorts, characters, integers, floats, and doubles. Non-zero returns can be changed to 0, and 0 returns are changed to 1. If it will find that return 1, it will automatically make return 0, and if it is return 0, automatically will make it return 1. Okay. Return values for the objects, if you are using objects. For objects, non-null returns can be changed to null. For null returns, a runtime exception is invoked. This is because the Jumble cannot reliably instantiate a valid object or arbitrary type. Again, this mutation is off by default, but it can be turned on using the command -r or minus return vals command line flags. Then we'll come to the switch constructs or switch statements. Jumble can mutate each case of a switch statement. How? By swapping it with the default case or another case. So you know that the switch statement case, then case 1, case 2, case 3, etc. So Jumble can mutate, and last it will be their default. So Jumble can mutate each case of a switch statement by swapping it with the default case or another case, or by changing the case value. It can change the case value. Again, this mutation is off by default, but can be turned on using the command -j or minus switch command line flags. Then we'll see the installation of Jumble. It is easy. Pushkar and Pratibha, etc. They will practice you. So first you have to open this Eclipse Juno. In order to Jumble, you have to also use Eclipse. So please ensure that in your laptop Eclipse is also there. So open Eclipse Juno, then go to the help button, Then click on this install new software. These are easy. I think I must skip. You can practice yourself. Then you have to click on the add button. A pop-up message box will come. And then give the project name maybe as Jumble and paste the below URL in location text box. And then you can click OK. Select the Jumble for Eclipse. Then click again on next button. After calculating the requirements and the dependencies, a new window will come, and again you have to click OK. Then click on OK. Then you have to select the what option that I accept. I accept the terms of the license of the agreement and click next button. A new frame will appear which has the Jumble feature and the install location. Please note that. Be sure the install location is the default Eclipse directory that you must have to ensure. Then installation of software will start. Wait till it completes and then click on the finish button. Okay. So in between this installation process, if any pop-up window will come to allow the access, you have to allow it. Then click on allow access. Then let's see how can run this Jumble. Open the Eclipse Juno, then create a new workspace. A screen like this will appear as shown. Then close the welcome screen. After closing this, now the screen will become as given in the side picture. Then where do you have to go? Go to the file, then new option, then Java project. Then give the project name. You have to give a project name. Maybe give the you may give the project name as, for example, lab work, and then click finish. Then on clicking the finish, the project will be created and it is displayed and it will display in Project Explorer on the left hand side of the window. Then expand your own project. Okay, then expand your project. Right click on the project and then go to new and then to class. The new window will be open as shown in figure, and then you have to enter the class name and the package name. In my previous, I have taken the class name as addition. So similarly, enter your class name and package name, then click finish. Now the screen is appeared as shown in the right hand side. Write down the code for factorial.java without the main function. So now we have to take this actual application, actual program. Here we have considered this factorial example. So write down the code for the factorial.java without the main function. You need not have to write the main function. After completing this coding for this factorial, here I have written a small code for factorial of a number. After completing this code, you save this. Now again right click on the project, then again go to new, then class. Give the name as factorial test.java. Now I have to create the JUnit JUnit file. Give the name as factorial test.java within the same package. Please ensure that this original class and this file containing the JUnit test case, they must be present in the same package. Then click finish. Now the screen will appear to be as shown. Now click finish. Now screen appear to be as shown in the right hand side of this slide. Write the code for test class and save it. Okay. Now you have to write the code for the test class and save it. You have already known the name of the test class is factorial test.java. So write down this code. Write the code for test class and save it. Since many errors appear, build the path by right click on the project, then select the build path and configure build path. These are easy things you can practice yourself. Then new screen will appear as shown in the right hand side. Now add the external jar file to library and click OK. These things you will practice when you will do the experiment. JAR files can be downloaded from the given link. Similarly, JAR file of the JUnit can be downloaded from the below link, and then you have to click on download and install and download JUnit.jar. Now error will not be there. Okay, perhaps all the errors will be detected and corrected. Then run test file as JUnit test. So now you have to run the test file as JUnit test. On left side, green color will indicate successful. Here you can see here some green color bar is showing. It's a successful. That means it has taken 2 test cases and 2 are success, no failures. Those kind of things will show you. Now go to again factorial.java. This is the original class file perhaps. Then right click Jumble and the Jumble class. At the bottom, mutation score will be displayed. You can see here mutation score is showing 100% because 2 are there, 2 of them are passed, so score is 2 by 2. Okay, so 100%. Mutation 0.7, it has made 7 changes, and the time taken is 2.0 seconds. Okay. So for your easy understanding, for your practice, we have written this Java class factorial.java. The test file also we have written factorial test.java file also we have seen. Here I have taken specific values a is equal to 3, b is equal to 6. So 2 test cases I have taken, and the value should be 4 and 24 factorial. Suppose they have taken a is equal to 4 and b is equal to 24, like that. So this is one test, a is equal to 3 and b is equal to 6. Another test case is a is equal to 4 and b is equal to 23. So with this, so we have written the original Java class and the factorial test.java class. This is the JUnit class for this containing the test cases. So you can test your original class accordingly. Some common types of errors might appear, like test class is broken. This occurs when all the test cases they do not pass. So all the test cases needed to be passed. No test case found also may occur. This occurs when JUnit does not find the appropriate test suite. Then this type of error might occur. The test class name must be same as actual class name. Please remember, this is the restriction that you have to remember. The test class name, it must be same as the actual class name which needed to be tested, and it should be preceded by test. See what we have done. So for example, if the class name is sum, then the corresponding test class name should be what? Should be sum test. So that's why I have taken here what? Factorial and here factorial test. In the previous example, I have taken addition test. So always the test file, the test class name must be the original class name followed by test. That practice please follow. The actual class and its corresponding test case must be in same package. Please remember that this must required. This is at all required. The actual class and its corresponding test case must be present in the same package. So this is about what Jumble. So I think first you complete Jumble. Pushkar and this Pratibha, they will practice you. After this is practiced, if time will be there, we can see a Eclima. Okay. So thank you very much. Now any doubts, please. Eclima is a very simple tool. They will tell you. So, but first complete this Jumble. If time will permit, they will cover. They will first teach this Eclima, and they will say how to install Eclima, how to run Eclima, how to detect the errors using Eclima, or how you can test softwares using Eclima. So if time will permit, you will see this tool. So any doubt, please? So there are some frequently asked questions. You please read yourself. These are easy things. For your better understanding, we have put some frequently asked questions. So any doubt, please? I hope this is already shared in your file. You go to that what uploading things, we have already uploaded it, so you can see yourself. So any doubt, please? Yes, just see if there is any doubt, please ask. Okay, there are no more doubts, then we can stop here. Pushkar, you take the attendance after the class is over. Hello, Pushkar.
Yes, sir. I will. Yes, sir. I will take.
Take
I
the
will take,
attendance
sir.
after the class is over. So
Okay, sir.
practice this first the factorial example. Then you can give 1 2 assignments on this. After this is
Yes, sir.
covered, then you can, if time permits, you can go to a clima. Otherwise, you will see later on. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. So please practice. Please continue, Pushkar.
Yes, sir.
Please continue. Pratibha, please continue.
Is the voice audible? Is the voice audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, audible.
Okay. Okay, you are able to see the screen installation of Jumble.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, then we'll proceed. Okay, we will start with the installation of the Jumble. I think you all have installed the Eclipse. So everyone has got Eclipse. Okay, when you can hover to the Eclipse tab and just click on Help. And after click on Help, select the Install New Software. Everybody has got that screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. After getting that screen, you have to click on Add Repository. Okay, just click on this Add. And type the name as Jumble. Everyone should write a name Jumble only, and because I have been installing a newer version of that one, or second version, so I'm writing underscore new. And paste the link given in the PPT. So after tapping the link, you will get a name like Jumble Test Analysis. Everyone is able to follow. Okay. Then you can select that jumble test analysis. Okay, after clicking on that one, you will get a next icon there. It's not showing because I've already installed the Jumble. Follow this. So are you able to see the next button upon selecting that one? Whatever it is written in the name, Jumble Tool Test Analysis, select that one and click on next button. So those anyone can share their screen who's installing actually. And there is one more announcement actually. Some students are not submitting the assignments timely and regularly. Because while I was checking the assignments, I'm seeing that some students there's no scope of getting marks in data statement. It will be marked at 0. Be inconsistent in submitting the assignments timely. So everybody is got click. You should click on next button. After clicking on next, you can have another screen. Just select everything and proceed to the next part. Here, just accept the whatever the license or agreements they are asking for. Anyone who's willing, they can share their screen.
Hello, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, I'm getting the software is not available on that link. while
Okay, okay, share your screen.
is it visible, sir? Hello,
No, it's visible.
sir. So I've added this link, so it is showing could not find.
It is working on our system. Cross the install button. Install window, cross it.
Wait, should I open it again?
Yeah, open it again. Jumble. Yeah. Type the location.
This link from the PPT. It is the correct one.
The same thing happening with me too. It's saying no software site found at जो address है. Do you wish to edit the location? ऐसा करके आ रहा है.
Sir, it has came again.
For anyone, it's this link is working or not.
Sir, your voice is not audible. It is very low.
For anyone, this link is working or not.
Yes, sir.
Sir, is that name Jumble Test Analysis?
Yeah, jumble test.
Sir, can't hear you, sir.
Okay, it's, yeah, exactly same. Jumble test analysis. Okay, if you're not, the jumble is not getting working for that link, first try to check whether your net is working or not properly.
Sir, your voice is not clear, sir.
Those who are facing problem, check whether internet is working or not properly. Rahul, what's your that version, Eclipse version?
Sir, 2020.
Shubham, has it worked or still you're getting issue?
Sir, not worked yet. I am trying with the other version of Eclipse.
You have checked your net is working properly.
Yes, the net is working, sir. When I entered the link in the browser, it's saying it is giving not page not found on the website itself, on the website of SourceForge.
Okay.
So how to check if the software is properly installed?
Sorry.
Sir, how to check whether the software is properly installed?
Okay. Okay, in the help, when you will get this screen in this window, just click on what is already installed. And, you can see that Jumble mutation test tool is there. Version number is 1.3.1. If it is there, it's okay. So is it there?
Yes, sir.
It means you all have proceeded up to which step. Okay. Up to slide number 33, installation is over. So how many of you installed actually? In A1 is still getting error. We shall proceed.
So mine is still installing. It says to restart, then it'll be done.
Restart what? Eclipse or a system?
So Eclipse.
Oh, yeah, restarted then.
Yes, sir. Now it's installed.
Okay, then we will proceed. Okay, those who have installed they can create a new project actually. You can give the name of the project at Jumble Demo. Whatever you've done in the case of Selenium, just you know how to create a Java project in actually Eclipse. We just create that, and in the class name, create two files. One having the name testjumble.java, another class having the name testjumble.test.java. And make sure the characters see the characters, whichever is smaller, keep it small, and just add capital T est test at the end of the test name of test jumble file, original file. So you have to make sure while you're working in the case of jumble, you have to append test at the last of any class name you are creating within a project, because it will just search by the appendment of the test. If it isn't there, actually Jumble will not try to cover the or analyze the test cases. So it's mandatory actually. When you will create that structure, you need two library to refer actually. So one refer library is JUnit 4.12.jar, and another is a jumble underscore, so binary underscore 1.3.0.jar.
Sir, while creating the test class, sir, that sample program.java, sir, that also we will create, or just test jumble and test jumble test.
No. Sample program is not needed. Just create a test jumble.
Okay, sir.
And to reference library, I'm adding the link download from there.
Sir, also will add that public static void main.
You can add. I'm pasting a link of the link in the meeting chat. Using that link, you can download the files, jar file and two jar files, sorry, jumble binary and JUnit. You can add in the build path. You can add these two build path, jar files in the build path, and after that, you can write the code test_dumble.java. You can delete the main function. Actually, just you can replace that with public static int fact for factorial, and is the parameter intent. It's a factorial function. It's a factorial function every time. So just exactly write the code similar to whatever is in the string. Is the code visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Just complete the test jumble.java code. After then you have to write the test one also. So everybody has written the test jumble.java file.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we will now create another file test jumble test.java. In that file, write the things whatever it's written. Whenever we will complete writing, then I will explain what is the importance of every line. Everybody has written.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then we will go through the code line by line. Okay, first we are creating a testjumble.java. It's a basic Java class we are creating. You are creating a representation of factorial function. So you are aware of the factorial concept that whenever it's not 0, you are just recursively calling the same function again and again with a subtraction of the value, whatever you're passing. If you're passing with the value 5, it will be 4, 3, 2, 1 until it is getting 0, and it will just return the last value as 1 for n is equal to 0. Otherwise, it will go on recursively repeating for the an static fact and -1. That is a factorial function that is being called. So you want to actually, it's a basic program. You want to test it that whether the jumble is performing for that one. So see, we are importing a package, namely junit.framework.testcase. This is the package we are importing. So this package is intended for testing the code we have written, that is test jumble. So we are extending a package, that is test class we are extending, so which we have imported. You can see that this is also the same thing we are imported. So we are declaring a function here, that is test1. Within that test1, we are generating two variables, defining two variables, that is of integer data type a3 basics, and we are passing a function that is assert equals. So you can see why we are using assert equals. Like see, within that framework, you are import test case package you are importing. There is a function named assert equals that is taking two parameters. Two arguments. First one is the expected, second one is the actual. So expected is the value you are expecting after the execution is over, and actual is the actual value you are passing. So you are passing the value like test jumble dot fact a. Test jumble is the name of the class you have created here, and you are calling dot. In the Java, you know that by using the class name you can call. So test jumble you can class name. And why we are not creating an object here, because we are saying that fact is a static variable. It's a it's attenuated with the static one, and in the case of a static you can directly call a function using the with the help of only class name instance. So you're not creating an object of the class as you are doing in the Java. So test jumble dot fact, and after fact you are passing a parameter. The parameter is n. You're passing a parameter. So what is the value of a you are passing? You are passing 3. And what is the value of factorial of 3? It will be 6. So it means whenever you are passing this test jumble dot fact a, you are expecting a value of 6 there, which is stored in the B. So if it is okay, then this test will be passed, otherwise failed. Okay, what is the next case? Next test case we have created where the value of a is 4, and for the 4 the factorial should be 24, 4 factorial, and you are expecting the same value there. So in general we are creating a two test case, and which will be passed to the testjumble.java, and it will be cross checked not only with the normal code, some mutation will be there, and upon that it will also check for the mutated cases. So whenever that mutated case, upon mutation the code is still falling and test case is passing, it means your code has some poor confidence. So whenever you are saying that your test case is not getting passed upon mutation, it means your code works for any code has a higher confidence, and it will work for any specific cases, and it is strong to the hacking attacks or any type of bugs that can be exploited later on by the other customers. So upon writing the code, you can just click on that page, and
सर
you
वो
can see
लास्ट वाला
that
पार्ट समझ में आया सर, आपने जो बताया
कौन सा part?
सर, वो म्यूटेशन वाला पार्ट जो ऑटोमेटिकली इनबिल्ट वो करेगा जंबल इसके अंदर।
Okay. So whenever you will create this test jumble.java, and then this test case will go through the test jumble.java. So within that test jumble.java, you can see that whenever you're passing the value, it will be executed properly on getting the, always you are getting that test cases are always passing. But problem is that there is not only case of normally running the code. There will be some mutations within the code. As you are aware that within mutation you can change some things like this confirmation of being equal to will be replaced with another thing. Return value will be changed, and within else statement this and -1 it can be changed. So there are some mutative changes that is done by the jumble within the test jumble or Java. Test case will remain consistent. It will be 6.3 and it will be 424, but it will be not passing through the same test jumble.java file. So there can be multiple copies of test jumble.jumble2, which will be not exactly similar, but it's of the same concept. Right? Actually, it is defined on the same concept, but actually the execution will be different because of the changes in the if condition, else condition, or something else, whatever it is feasible. So if it is passing all the programs, it means your code is not confident. It means whatever you are changing, like if you developed a code and you given to me, if I am a customer and I want to change like n is equal to n greater than 0, I have changed and still my code is working. It means that your code is has flaws actually. So it means whatever the customer is changing, the code is giving the same answer. It means your code is not customized for any specific environment. It will work for the general environment and any hacker can exploit it. But if you are making sure that no, if it work only for the n is equal to 0 condition, so it means your code is working for a specific condition and any specific single test case can show that it will fail for the other mutative cases. So if it is doing so, it means your code is properly secure and can be used by the anyone. So it just depends on whether your code has higher confidence or not, and this confidence is made sure by doing the jumble testing with specific test cases. So we are passing only 2 test cases. You can create a number of test cases. So whenever these 2 test cases are passed to test jumble, you will see the mutations. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Sir, so Jumble will always test these two test cases only for every copy of the test jumble.
No. You can create multiple test cases. There's no any specific count of test cases. For example, for demonstration.
No, sir. In this example.
Yeah, exactly. But you can add multiple number of test cases. But these test cases are not going to pass through a simple program. There will be some mutations in the program, and then it is tested. What will happen if you're writing a code, you are giving the input, you are seeing for the same program, you're not doing any mutation. But what will happen if anyone changes the code? Like someone has changed the code, like if you're writing if n is equal to 0, you have changed this to n greater than 0 by mistake. Again, your code is working well and you're getting the same result. What is happening? It means your confidence is poor. Because whatever the code you have written a code for n is equal to 0 and it's working also for n greater than 0. So what is the meaning of that one? It means you're not designing your code or written your code in a proper way. It's incorrect way of coding. So due to incorrect way of coding, your code is not working properly. It is working properly, but not actually working on solving those problems given by the client. You're deviating from the client needs, and which can be exploited by any other customer. So you have to be in constant with that one of the requirement, whatever the client is saying. So these type of mutations are being done by the Jumble automatically. You have not to do on your own. Jumble will do that, and you can see that what is the mutation score you are getting. If you are getting that mutants are getting whatever the mutations you are doing, and test cases directly going through, and it's not getting passed actually, it means your work is your code is good. Otherwise, if it is not passing, sorry, if it is passing properly, it means there are some flaws you have to rectify in your code.
Sir, after running this test, can we see like what part of the source code is being mutated?
Okay, yeah, you can say. Okay, we will go through that.
Okay.
Okay, now we will proceed, and you can see that there is a, upon right clicking on test jumble.java, there is jumble mutation tester. Are you able to see jumble mutation tester, and you have to click analyze test of this class. So everybody has got that screen. I think in console you can see that
Yes, sir.
mutating jumble demo dot test jumble, and test is being passed to the test jumbles test whatever created. See, there are mutation 0.7 and jumbling takes 5.668 seconds. Scoring is 100%. So it means that whatever you're trying to mutate the code, actually mutation have been done at 7 points. So whatever you're asking that which line is being mutated, which is not being mutated. So you're not able to see all the time if your mutation is getting, if you're not, if your source code is working properly and whatever the code you have written, it's working properly, it has higher confidence, then you can't see anything. But if it is failing in confidence, you can see. So for this example, actually the code is properly written. You can't see any type of error or any type of bug that can be exploited. But in the another example, while I will demonstrating, you can see that you can properly see that which lines are getting mutated and which what. But still anyone can guide me actually. The mutation points are 7. So you can see the code and possibly think of what is getting mutated there. So anyone explain what are the mutation? What can be the mutated version of the test jumble.java where we can actually mutate? There are 7 points. It means 7 changes have been done in the code. Since all are getting passed, it's not showing something. It's the flaws of the jumble. But you can manually see or just dictate me what are the points that could have been changed actually by the jumble. Anyone?
Sir, the condition part where we are checking if n double equals to 0.
No, what are no, not asking about that one. Just pinpoint me what is getting changed. Like if n is equal to 0, asking about condition part. Okay, what is the mutated version of that?
Sir, your voice is a little bit cutting, sir.
Okay, what is the mutated version of if n is equal to 0?
So let's say n greater than equal to 0.
Okay, another one.
N double equals to 1.
Okay, second thing. Okay, these two mutations in that one. Okay, you have dictated me only 2 points. 5 points are still remaining.
And not
Another
equal to
one.
0. And not equal to 0.
Okay, 3. Another one.
So, and for that, return n into factorial n minus 1, that could be n plus fact n minus 1.
And
Like
plus.
changing the operand. Sorry, changing the operator. N plus
Okay,
fact n
asking about
minus 1.
operator. Okay, then there can be 2 and a star. Asterisk is there. Asterisk can be changed, and minus
So,
can be
asterisk
changed.
and
Okay,
minus.
2 more changes. Okay, 2 more changes there also. Okay, 4. No, sorry,
And
5.
the
5 are there.
return and the return statement
Return
can be replaced.
with return 1 can be replaced with.
So it can be like return 0 or some any other numeric value.
Okay, yeah, exactly 2 points are there. Okay, so it's clear now. There are some mutations in the if n is equal to 0 part, in the return part, and in the case of return n star factorial and minus 1 part. So there are possibly 7 mutation points they have actually it's applied in the test jumble.java. But you are saying that your score is 100%, it means your code is working perfectly. Okay, if we have tested this assignment, we will go to a little bit tougher one. Okay. So now create 2 classes, samp proc.java and samp proc test.java. Okay, just write the code. And there are 2 comments actually. 2 lines are commented. Not try to copy that one because it's not needed. Just write the code whatever it is. And after writing the code, anyone explain me that what is the objective of this code? I'm not dictating actually. You just After writing the code, please speak to me. Okay, create sampro.java. After then we can see. There will be attendance at 3 p.m. So those who are not present, actually they will be marked absent.
Sir, sir,
There will be attendance at yeah.
sir, those two classes that you have just said, do we need to create in a different project or in the same project?
Which classes? Okay, current classes.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. SAMP.
No. You have to make within the same project.
Okay, okay, sir.
Just the write a code as it is, pairing line number 18 and line number 21 that are commented. You can skip those.
So can you make the font a little bigger?
So everybody has written the code.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then explain me the logic actually. What is the objective of this code? Because you're like just blindly writing it's of no use actually. You just know the concepts.
Sir, the smallest duplicate item within the list.
Sorry, your voice is not audible. Just speak louder.
Sir, smallest duplicate item within the list.
It's क्या बोला? It's finding.
So it's telling to find the smallest duplicate number in the list.
Smallest duplicate number. Okay. Why it is the smallest? Which part of the code actually shows that it is the smallest?
Because we are sorting the list, so we will get the elements in order. So in that
Okay,
way,
yeah.
and as soon as we get the duplicate element, it will break from the loop. So it is the smallest element.
Okay, so is it breaking or it will go through the last point of the loop?
Whenever the duplicate is found, it will break from the loop.
Okay, exactly. Okay, so now you're aware of the code concept. So what is the logic behind the code? Okay. So before writing for SAM program test actually the attendance. Okay, respond to your calls. Andrila,
Present, sir.
Akshay, Akshay Kumar,
Present, sir.
Chandrakant, Somasekhar,
Present, sir.
Rishabh,
Present, sir.
Jitendra,
Yes, sir. Present.
Rekaj.
Yes, sir. Present, sir. Regards present.
Okay. Nirmal,
Present, sir.
Rahul,
Present, sir.
Rakesh,
Present, sir.
Shubham,
Present, sir.
Siddharth,
Present, sir.
Vikas.
Present, sir.
Okay. Okay, now we'll go back to code. Okay, after writing samprout.java, you have to write the test part for that one. Okay, let me explain. So you're still getting confusion here also. So we are declaring the packages. It's simple. We are importing those things are required. Okay, so see whatever the list that is being passed, that is being a dot size. We are taking the size of the list, and that is the length of the array we are declaring. So whenever we are declaring an array of specific length, we are just sorting it just for getting the values from the list whatever you created into the array. After sorting the array, we are trying to write a code which is within try and catch. So whenever it is finding any error, it will just throw the exception out of the box. Within that for loop, we are within the try statement. In the for loop, we are just searching for a condition where we will just breaking the things whenever we find a duplicate. So whenever the appearance of first duplicate will occur, it will just simply put the value in the DUT variable and it will just break from the code. Break means it means going out of from the try and catch. So it will not executing the catch because it is breaking from these things. So after the break is over, it is just returning the dupe value. So whatever it is proceeded saved here, and it will return on whatever you are saying. If it in any instance you are not seeing any duplicate, it will go to the catch exceptions. Whenever it is error occurs, or if it is error is not there, it will just simply return the value of the dupe. That is the -1. It means nothing is being found, no duplicates are there. So this is the basic objective of the code for finding the first duplicate entrance in the list or wherever whatever you are using. But in the case of sam program.test.java, you have to write the code for testing whether your sam prog is working properly or not. So okay, just write the code for sam prog test.java, then we will see later how Jumble is mutating and what is the mutation score we are getting.
Sir, what we have to do?
You have to write that sam prog test.java, create the Java class and put the code. Sorry, write the code whatever you see. Then skip that part.
So we are still on sam program.java.
You're not seeing test.
No, sir.
Share the screen again. Not able to see?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just write the code whatever it's good. You can skip the commented part available in the sixth line. You can skip that. And you can even skip these two subjects. So you all have written.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me explain the things here. Yeah. As per in the similar case, we are doing the same thing again. We're extending test case, and within test case, we are creating a new instance of the list, and that is actually a proper instance of array list. So a list is just similar to the array. And for appending elements within an array, we are using dot add here. In the Python, you can use dot append the list. It's dissimilar from the list you are seeing with an array list. Actually, it's not that Python. So you are adding elements. Dot add 1 3 added 3 elements. You can print just only for observing whether it's properly added. Okay, after the addition is over, you are just calling the repeated number. That is a function available there, and you're finalizing You're finally adding, sending the value of list, whatever you added, and that list is being passed to the repeated number function, and everything is being checked. So let's just see what is the mutations we are getting. Same thing, jumble mutation tester and analyze this. So test is over. Everybody has got a result in the console.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we are passing 133. You can see in the first line, array list is there. Mutation is being done. Actually, they have mutated up to 11 points. It means 11 points they have mutated, and per unit time test limit is 2.01 second. So these are failing actually for some lines. So let me interpret what is the how you can see that where it is failing. It's at line number 7 actually. In the value of its mutation is done as -1 to 1. It means DUT is being changed to 1. Still the result is not getting changed. Another fail point is it's at Java 9. It means line number 9. 0 is being mutated to 1. It means this value I is equal to 0. So starting from I is equal to 1. Another mutation is there where it is failing. Another failure point is at line number 20. Here 1 is being 0. It means this one is being mutated to 0. Still the same result. It means it is failing.
Sir, we cannot see anything on the screen. We are just at that your just program window. We cannot see you run the code.
Console you're not seeing. Okay, let me reset. Now it's visible.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you are getting the same, getting the console. You are able to see your console or mine. Okay, let me speak.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the line number 20, you are getting an error because mutation is failing also while changing from 1 to 0. See here I -1, 1 is being changed to 0. Still the same case. And another mutation failure is that it's changing from minus to plus, that is at 20. Similar thing. This minus is being mutated. And last mutation failure is that is negative conditional. It means negative conditional. It means it is checking the you are saying that you are checking for equal to, it's changing the condition. It's not. It's like checking that array I is not equal to array -1. So it is checking that whether two consecutive elements are being dissimilar or not. You are checking for the similarity, but it is also checking for the negative conditional. So upon writing the code, we are seeing that Jumble is testing for 11 points, and for some points it is failing. It is around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 it is failing, so accuracy is around 54%. So those who are asking the questions like whether we can see where it is failing and what is the mutation being done. So you can see that whenever it is failing, you can see that what is being mutated and what is the error you are getting. So if you are mutating for -1 to 1, 0 to 1 like that, so you're getting a mutation failure and you can observe it in the console.
Sir, that means if there is no failure, then we cannot see the mutations also, right?
No. It's the flaws actually of the jumble. You can't see. So there is another tool where you can actually see. I will suggest after the class is over. There, I think you can observe, but in the jumble, it's not possible. It's the flaws of this tool. So anyway, not to go through at what if it is mutated and passing properly, and nothing is being reflected in the code. It means it's not of actually utmost important, because whatever it is getting filled, you have to track that actually. Like you are changing arbitrarily in the code and you're seeing that code is not running properly, code is generating some another output, then it's your concern. If you are changing anything and code is still working actually in the previous state, it means exactly you are getting the same state as the previous one. It means there are something buggy in the code that is leading to the generation of the same result. So you can take that thing also. But if it is dissimilar, it is not of actually so much concern. So Jumble is basically giving the proper details whenever it is failing. Whatever points you have to take concern of or you want to rectify it in the code, these things are being marked properly. Okay, we will see that I have commented two things actually. One is a 18 and another is a 21. So just do one thing. Comment the line number 17 and use the line number 18. Similar for 20 and 21. Make it comment this. What I'm doing actually, I'm commenting the 17th and 18th. You can see there is a little bit variation between 17th and 18th line. I'm changing the logic there actually. I'm doing the similar thing, but I'm starting the iteration from I is equal to 0, not I from starting from I is equal to 1. Okay. And another change I have done, like you can see, like in 21, I have used another logic for changing whether the elements are duplicate or not. You can see that whenever there is a duplication of element, like you are getting element of 5 and 5. So whenever you are adding that element, so what will happen? If you sum that and you will take a single element, like you are taking 5 and 5, total sum is 10. So array I plus 1, array I, that will be 10, and array I into 2, it means the element you are taking, whenever it is multiplied by 2, you will get the similar element. It means for any duplication case, you can check whether the two elements are equal, or you can either check that whether the summation of the two elements is equal to the multiplication of the any of the elements. So then also it's the similar for checking the multiplication actually. So I've changed the logic basically because in that case the mutation will not affect my code so much, but in the earliest case mutation is affecting my line number 20, like it is changing from minus to plus, one is getting affected, negation is being done. But in mine case 21, same thing can be done. I like the multiply 2, it can be changed. I minus 1 can be changed. Equal to can be changed. But let's see whether I'm getting an improved mutation score or not. Because as per my convention, I think mutation will not affect my logic because my logic is much better than the previous one. So let's see the code again whether it is running. What is the mutation score still I'm getting? See, I have an improved score actually. Now it means my logic is much better. It means I have instilled some confidence in the code. So I'm getting a score of 78%. It's much better than the earlier one. I think earlier one is around 54%. So I'm getting an improvement of around much than 24%. So it's much better. And whatever the mutation lines see, you can see it's not now falling on line number 21. Earlier it was falling on line number 20. It's been replaced by 21. But you can see that if my code's logic is being changed little bit, but it's doing the similar thing. So just the purpose is being kept same by changing the logic. You are saying that no, it's mutation is not getting filled there. It means I have done the good thing by instilling some confidence. So client will feel much safer by using my code. So see, you can see that there are some still issues as 7, 9, and 18. It's your task. You can try for changing some things there also. So you can also try to improve the mutation score, but I have achieved up to 78%. You can go, I think, max up to 90 or 95%. I have tried it also, but it's your assignment. You can try for it. So this is the basic objective of the Jumble tool. It's just tells you to write the code in such a manner that it will little bit bugs there actually. So if you are code in a poor manner, so there will be bugs probably, and it will be just identified by the Jumble tool using the mutation concept.
सर बट इसमें सर एरे इंडेक्स आउट ऑफ बाउंड नहीं हो जाएगा सर?
Sorry,
सर इसमें एरे इंडेक्स आउट ऑफ बाउंड नहीं हो जाएगा?
नहीं आउट ऑफ बाउंड नहीं जाएगा
सर क्यों सर? i+1 की वैल्यू के लिए जब i की वैल्यू जब लेंथ -1 होगी तो उस केस में i+1 की वैल्यू लेंथ हो जाएगी, तो तब तो होना चाहिए सर.
क्या बोले, फिर से बोलना, समझ में नहीं आया लोग.
Sir, for array having index I plus 1, if I am at the last element, say at the index length minus 1, so now my index becomes length minus that is length. If I add 1 to that, so then that would be out of the index bound.
अच्छा ऑटो बॉन्ड बोल रहे हो हाँ देयर विल बी प्रॉबेबल चांसेस अगर तुम्हारा एलिमेंट लास्ट में होगा तो ऑटो बॉन्ड हो जाएगा तो तुम उस तरह का टेस्ट केस डाल के देख सकते हो you can pass the test case on C and see that whether it is failing for that case or not. But the problem is that whatever the test cases we are writing, we are sticking to that point. Like we are asking that my client requirement is that 133. It means the element is happening at internal position like second and third element. So whatever the client requirement, I have to rectify the code according to that one. Because if a client requirement is that no, your element duplication can't happen as the first and second stage, it will go only at the last stage. So accordingly, I have to change the code. So it's just depending on the test case actually. So that's why we are creating a test file also. Because whatever you are writing a code, if test case is not there, it will work properly. There's no any issue. But if you're saying that no, your client requirement is there, then you have to see whether your SAM profile is working properly or not. So if it is in compliance with the test cases, because test cases is the client requirement, it's not our requirement. If the client requirement are properly satisfied with our code, then it's good. If it is not satisfied, so whatever you're writing, whether it is working properly or not properly, client has no any issues of no any condition or prospection of keeping that. It will just deny that no, it's not working properly because your code is failing for some mutations. It means any hacker can hack that tool or hack that code actually. So you have to keep in compliance with the test cases. So as per the current test case, I am seeing that whenever any duplication is even happening at the second and third, you can see that in 133, 3 is being written, again you are getting the 3. So it means duplication has happened, and you are asking that whether the third element, you are asking that in the case of 133, you are getting a 3 and you are getting a 4 and you are going to the last element. That's not possible. Because whenever getting to the I is equal to 0, to the second one point you are getting a 3, in the second it is 3. So 1 and 2 are similar, it is already break. So code is break. Whenever it is finding duplicate, it is already breaking at that point. Not to go in front in that case. So whatever the requirement is there, it's still working properly. I'm not able to understand you. What is the exact test you're asking for, whether it is failing or not failing? You're asking that 133 be modified to whatever or any type of process you propose to me, so I can explain to you. Hello.
No, sir. The thing that I was saying that the array will get out of array index out of bound exception will come. So that
The
only
problem
comes
is that
there will be no duplicates. Then when there will be no duplicates, then only that will come.
Okay, you're asking that whenever there is no any duplicate, then there will be. So no problem. Then it will be catch in the exception case. If it is a auto bond, catch exception is there. It will just throw out the message.
Yes, sir. So what is
Okay, you are okay. That's why I'm asked that what is your objective? Client has an objective of finding a duplicate. Okay, so there are two cases: whether it is duplicate is there or not there. So that's why I kept a catch now. Because if I'm sure that there is there is always a duplicate, I will not try and catch a statement, because that is needed whenever I'm not aware of the fact that whether its duplicate is there in the list or not. If it is not there, so there may be a chance that it may throw some error. So this type of error can be captured easily in the catch exception. Via catch, it will be exception will be thrown, it will be printed or what is the error. It's out of the bound exception and another thing, whatever it is. But if you are aware that no, there are duplicate and we have to find it properly, then you can use any other logic, whatever it's preferable. I'm just changing the logic because I want to get my mutation better, because whatever I have written, it can't be easily exploited by any hacker. But you are just to comparing two elements, it means it can be easily exploited, because you can change the array I is equal to array I plus 1, or you can let array I is not equal to array I minus 1. These logics can also be used, and you're getting the similar result even. If you're changing array I is not equal to array minus 1, it's again the same result. You are again getting the print of the same result, that 3 will be there. You can check the on your try actually. You can try on your system and just do changes and see what has been written without mutation, and see whenever you are mutating the code step by step and see what is the result you are getting. Then you can analyze, oh, that's why my code is getting failed, because equal to sign or minus sign this is not affecting the result actually. If it is affecting the result, it means that it's actually more confident. It's not affecting, it means just useless. So that's why the basic logic of comparing only two elements, it's not a good thing actually. You have to use some another logic for finding the duplicates. Even I can write a code much better than that one, because I have to be in constraint with whatever the code is given. Otherwise, there are so many alternatives where actually I can achieve even 100% mutation in code. But I have to be in compliance with the test cases. Always think of that. You are bonded actually. You are not allowed to do any type of experiment. Test case is defined, and you have to write test case, and test case is defined by the user requirement. So whatever user requirement is there, according to that, write the test case and see whether your code written for that test case is working properly or not. If mutation is there, just try to score is poor, just try to improve that and try to get a better version of that code. If test case is not there, it's okay, no problem is there.
So what is better, having a low score is better or having a more score is better?
No, mutation score, higher score is better, no? Because if a higher score is there, it means your code is having higher confidence. If mutation score is poor, it means some mutants are failing actually, and that's not good.
But sir, sir had said in the last class when he was teaching about the mutation testing, let's say, so our main objective is to introduce the mutations and propose some of the test cases that can find those mutations. So whenever the program fails, that means we have found a mutation. That means the test cases we have proposed are quite well. So we are in this case are trying to get a maximum number of failures possible in order to make sure that the test cases we have proposed are.
Okay.
Yes, sir. That
Okay, okay, I'm re-explaining you what are the things. I understand the context we are talking. See, sir is talking in a context where your user requirement is not known actually. Okay, just say what you have written a code actually. Okay, I've given you a code, but user requirement is not known. So what's your objective of seeing the code? You're given a code, user requirement is not known. So you will just try to find the number of bugs in the current code. For finding that bug, you will try a number of different test combinations just to show that your code is having bugs. It means your work is to prove that your code is buggy. So for that, you're writing different number of test cases, different type of test cases, and you're showing to the developer team, tester committee is showing to the developer team, like whatever code you have developed, there are so many bugs because it's failing for this type of requirements. But your user requirement is not known on that point. So in that case, your mutation score should be as least as possible to intimate the developers that there are still bugs. If your testing team is not able to find any bug in your test code by writing any of the test cases, it means your code is working perfectly for any general requirement, not client requirement. But the scenario in the industry is like that. You are given a requirement in the early phase, because you go through the software life cycle. You can see that requirement is fixed at the first stage. If it is fixed at the first stage, you have to develop the code according to that requirement. If you are working in an agile model, you're working in a RAD model, any model you're using, the client's requirement are changing after the any prototype is being developed. So whenever prototype is being developed, clients are suggesting like, no, this is not the proper feature we're wanting, just remove that or just have adequate changes in that one. So your client requirement is being changed, you're just refining your test cases again and seeing whether your code is working properly or not. But still you have to work with the test requirement. But the test requirement, if the test requirement is removed, you are not having any client suggestions or any other the client type of provisions given at the start of the project, then you can have a rapid general type of test case. So in that case, you're trying to reduce the mutation score to find bugs. But if you're not able to get much better mutation score, you're getting a poor mutation score, it means your code is buggy. But if you're getting a higher score after using a generalized test cases, it means your code is working properly for any general environment. And that's even highly effective. But these type of things are not feasible in industries. In industries, you are given a test requirement because your client has already saying that, no, we are actually working on that thing. And this type of features in the code actually. So you have to design your test cases by seeing that one. Because those who are doing research in the testing, actually they can feel that you can't write numerous test cases, because if I'm giving you a code and tester team is saying that I will test in 1 year, it's not feasible, because testing team has also some time limitations. They have to write the test cases within a limited span of time. So it's not possible to write every test case there. So there are some automation tools are there, and apart from automation tools, some manual things are to be done here. So after writing that, you can see that you have to stick the test cases according to the client requirement. Like I'm asking you to define a test case for checking the website. So you can't write a test case for checking the mobile app because you're asking for the web testing and are doing for the Android testing. So you can't be dissimilar in that way. So you have to stick to the test case according to client requirement, and with that test case, if it is defined, you have to improve the mutation score. Because if you're not improving your mutation score, ultimately you are getting a poor code, and that code can't be circulated or sent to the market for buying purpose by the customers. So in sir's case is that where your objective is actually same, because sir and whatever I am saying, the objective is same. You have to improve your mutation score so that you have a better code. If your mutation score is poor, it means it is buggy. If it is buggy, there's no use of using that code. Now you understand?
Yes, sir.
Oh. So Jumble, it's almost clear. Now you can try some alterations in the code. You can do on your own. You can change the array list, pass some more elements, or even put some more elements, different type of combination in the array list, or you can send some duplicates. You can also pass an array where there are no duplicates. You can change the list of the length of the array list, pass some more elements, and see and try to remove the mutants where it is failing. Let's check, or you can check whether why it is failing, and you can just propose some amendments in the code, like if you are amending the value of the do, or you altering the value of 0 to 1. You can see in line number 9, you can make some amendments in that for loop also. So you can try for different type of changes in the code and see whether the logic should be similar, almost doing the same type of thing, but code should be much better for the client use. So you can try for some alterations and see what is happening actually. So any confusion in Jumble installation or concept or working or designing of the sample product test or test programs? Well, from my part, it's over now. You can experiment on your own.
Excuse me, sir.
Hmm?
There's a request if you could please explain the assignment prior within the lab, sir.
Sorry?
If you could explain the assignment within the lab only, sir, because in the
Okay. Assignment, you are getting confusion. Okay. In
yes,
last class assignment, people are asking about the specification actually. It's already
yes,
given actually in the first one.
yes, sir. But we have not discussed in the lab right now about the specification. That's why we got.
Okay, actually see, problem is that you are working in the lab, you have to see the code, whatever it is written. If any confusion in there, you can ask in the class also. You can ask in the class. I think no one has asked me about the specification, why it is written like that specification, what is the importance of a specification. I have kept for your left this actually for your side actually, because it's the within the exclamation mark. So it's in the XML, it's a comment actually. I think everyone understood. And if no one is asking, I will understand that everyone has understood that and it's okay with that. That's why I'm asking for the specification from your end. But some students are asking that what is the specification? It's clearly written there. I've given a sample snapshot also. That specification is written in that way. You can write for the second and the third program. Okay, anyway, for the case of Jumble, there will be not so much confusion because in the assignment we are putting some codes actually, and we will ask them to write a code in Java, and those who are getting a better mutation score, that will be rewarded actually higher marks. Because whatever the Java code you're writing for the assignment given in the Jumble, you should have a better mutation score, because exact copying paste is not allowed in that test. You're copying the code from another one and getting a similar mutation score, you will not be rewarded higher. So then better see for yourself that what you are writing in the assignment given in the Jumble. There will be 10 programs you have to write. Okay, that is for the latter part. For now, you are having any confusion in the Jumble or not?
So test cases will also be provided by your end only.
No. Test case you have to write. Why will you provide? You have to write your test case actually. You can write max 3 to 4 test cases for every program and see that what is the mutation is code. Just try to find out. Okay, after seeing the code, whatever the code you are writing, just see that or when you are writing on your own, you can know that it can fail at that part, or there is a point of failure at that point. Write the code, check for the mutation score. If it is low, you can see that where the mutations are failing. Just try to improve the code, and those who are improving their code, they can have an effective code from the others. And as a reviewer, I will actually see or accept that code that has less number of bugs. But if anyone is giving me the buggy code, I will just outright reject it. So it's so many bugs. What will do with that? So your objective is to write the code, check the mutation as code, try to improve that so that it should be effective. Yeah, you can have your own
So
test
that's
case.
how we'll be writing 10.
Sorry.
So I was asking that we have to write 10 such programs and
Yeah.
test cases for every one of them.
Yeah, test cases, yeah, for every one of them. But make sure that there are at least 3 test cases for every program that we are writing.
Okay, sir. So the program which we will be writing, that you will give those program, or we will be writing
No.
our own?
No. You have to write a program.
Okay,
You already know Java, no?
Yes.
Okay. Because this will work only for Java actually.
So can we sir, asking that like this test jumble, and then we have made the test jumble test, and for samprog we made samprog test. So can we not, like, for test jumble and samprog we will be testing in one code? So this cannot happen.
Okay, you are asking the name actually, about name. Like you are creating 2 files, samprog.java and testjumble.test.java.
Yes, sir.
And you're asking that
I'm
whether
saying
we
that
can test.
so we can test these 2 separate programs in one test code.
You are asking to write a single test code and asking to checking 2 different programs. No, it's not possible here. Actually, Jumble is finding the test case. We'll show you. The screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me show you, then you can understand it better. Let me. So are able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, see क्या किया था मैं? Actually, I have created a file jumble report.java. See, I have skipped creating a test file. Okay. See what happened actually. While you were running, you are seeing that it is finding mutation points, but it is showing that a score is 0% because it is not like 0% because its code is buggy. No, Actually, there is no any test class. So whatever I am saying, you have to specify a proper test class, because without test class, mutation is not important actually. So you have to give a test class so that it can work in compliance with the original code. So if it is not finding in a test class, it will not work actually there. So you have to keep that test class like jumble repo capital T est. You have to create a file, and from that file you can test that program. So it's needed actually, because you can't create a single .java file and you can test multiple programs using that .java file. It's not possible, because Jumble is assembled in that way that it will work by finding its proper test class with a similar name actually. Like Jumble repo should be there, test should be written at the last. If it is not appended, it means Jumble will not work. Actually, you can edit this facility. If you are aware, you can disassemble the code. Jumble software is there. Go to the Jumble source code, and you can find that where it is written actually. So you can change the logic by disassembling the software, and whenever assembling it, you can see that, because it's generated in Java. So we have gone through the source code of the Jumble also, how it is working and what is the basic operation. So you can design your own Jumble actually by changing some or doing some tweaks in the code, original code. And Java is there, so it can be disassembled easily, because so many there Java decompilers or disassemblers are there in the market. So I'm showing the snap of the assignment which will be given. The code is sorry, the screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can see that 10 assignments are there, so 10 programs are there. You have to write program in Java actually. To go through the assignment list, you are facing any confusion or have any confusion in the assignment, or any term that you are not aware of or not able to understand what is the logic, what to do in the code. I think it's simple. It's not difficult in there. Bubble sort technique everyone knows.
Yes, sir.
Palindrome. You all are aware of the term palindrome?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then it is fine. You can use the Java util because there are so many libraries available. Not try to if we try to write in a simple manner, it will be so much. If you use the user Java util library, there are so many packages available for doing these things.
Sir, question 7, this generate palindrome of numbers. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in that we have to check whether any number is palindrome or not, or means what do we need to do in this?
Yeah, you have to check the palindrome. You have to write number, like I'm asking you to write 10 numbers, printing 1 to 10. Okay. So you have to print those numbers that are in palindrome. So whenever you are writing or putting that into the file or whatever you are doing, you have to check that whatever the number is being generated, you are printing, whether it is palindrome. You have to check that accordingly actually also. You have to check it first, then print it. So you can keep a limit, like you have to print 10 numbers, 15 numbers, so whatever your choice. Or you can have even print actually two numbers and check whether these two numbers are in palindrome or not. And one thing, try to do for all the 10 programs, you have to add a try and catch. Okay. So not try to write code in such a manner that catch isn't there. Catch should be there. But if you're skipping catch, it means you are aware, you are just indicating that your code is proper. You are not needing actually catch a statement.
Sir, explain this example number 6. I mean, what do we have to do? What exactly we have to do?
Generate required number of primes method. It's not completed assignment. Pratibha ma'am, are you there? Okay, we will change actually. I think assignment number 6 is not completed. I think method is not given. Which method they are asking? I will confirm with ma'am actually because assignment ma'am has created. I will ask her first. Okay, 6 I will edit. Apart from 6, anyone?
So question number 8 also, find out sum of two arrays means we will add.
No. Actually, you have to add. You have to create two array, and you have to add the specific elements actually. Like index number, like first index, you have to add and put in another array. Go for the second, third, fourth, fifth.
We will return one third array.
Yeah, you have to return another array where index is representing the sum of the past two indexes having the same value. Like you're putting in array 3 you have created. Array 3 0 will be the sum of array 2 0 plus array 1 0. But you can do some tweaks like in array 1 and array 2 should be of dissimilar size. Like its size shouldn't be constant. Like array 1 has 3 elements, array 2 has 6 elements, and you have to create another array 3, where there should be 6 elements. But and you can see that how it will work, because you have to fill whenever the array elements is out of the bound, you have to put a catch, and within catch you have to create another temporary element, like for maintaining the number of differences between the array 1 and array 2. Like you are having a difference of 3 elements, so you have to add another 3 element there, make a temporary array, then you can add, and then you can create another array. So there catch exception, catch condition can be useful actually whenever you have dissimilar array size. If it is same, there will be no new out of the bound exceptions. So these things you can try. Is it clear, Andrea?
Yes, sir.
That's why I'm asking to try to add some try and catch exception, because catch is very useful thing. Okay, people are just using catch to just indicate that see whether a code is a buggy or not, but it's not like that. In one class I will show you what is the disadvantage, what is the advantage of having catch actually, but I will demonstrate in the C. It's not of the testing lab actually. I will show you the from the research point of view whatever I am doing, that why try and catch is effective in case of C language, because in C there is no any try catch. But I will demonstrate how it can be implemented in C language, and with that implementation, how you can get the data from the processors also. So whatever you're writing in the processor and your cache memory, I can hack data also from that one. So this is a very critical thing. Try catch is there, and if you're writing a code effectively, you can extract so many things from the catch actually, like whether what is the error you are getting, or you're trying to do some internal things within the code that shouldn't be visible to the public or the user. You can do these things in the cache, and even hackers are exploiting the cache statement, because cache statement people are not doing anything, just they are printing, and they are just hackers are putting a link there, in the binary code, and within that catch statement, everything is being executed, and you're getting a bug or something or malware in your system. So this is the point of source of your bugginess or exploitness in your code. So make sure catch statement is proper and is useful actually. If you're not having any importance of using catch, better skip that. If you're putting that, just try to utilize your catch statement, and better always try to return your code from the catch. Not try to never end your code on end on the catch, like you're printing something and over. No, you have to break from the catch, or you have to return something from the catch, so that user can or developer can be aware, no, my code has returned from the catch. It means problem part is or error part is over, so you can resume your code again. But people are not doing, like developers are generally skipping this type of things, so it is getting buggy there. So there are so many aspects you can learn the better coding way practice. You can see for writing a better, less buggy code or less even higher secure code. So I think assignments are assignment things are clear. I will just confirm with ma'am what is about the 6 I can do. See, first one factorial you all have done actually. Okay, just do some amendments, or you can put some negative number in the test cases. You can see whether for negative numbers factorial code is working or not. I think up to 0 I have done and not done for the negative numbers. I think it will generate error there. Okay, any more confusion still left in that one, Jumble? So those who are getting installation issues, they have resolved. One thing. See, someone is asking that they have conflict with the search statement that search saying that mutation should be reduced. See, in that aspect, while I haven't explained, see, in that case, it is written that they need to be improved. Your mutation is poor, so it is in within the constraint of the test, whatever it is written. In case of tests, if they are already pre-estimated or predefined, so you have to improve your mutation is there, score there. So everyone is able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. See, just for extra concepts. Okay, see, Jumble is making the mutations, different type of mutations. So whatever the website you are seeing, you can see that there's several type of mutations that can be done. Like X greater than Y, negation is there. So that is the negative condition that we have already encountered while writing the code. And there are few more, and the Jumble is always mutating conditional, so it is sure sort at whatever the conditionals you are writing, it will be mutated. And for operators, you can see that plus is replaced by minus, asterisk by divide, ampersand with hyphen. This type of things, shift operators are being changed. increment like plus plus will be replaced by minus minus. Actually, this mutation is generally off. It is not being done. So these type of changes, it can't be done using the Eclipse. Okay, you have to download the command CMD part, or I will show you. You can try from your command prompt this type of things, because generally it is disabled. There's some more things like inline constants. Const is being replaced. Push instructions. This type of instructions, they are changing something. Also, inline constants mutation is off. Class pool constants, it is also off. It can change the value of the literal constants. Like this, you can see this string is being replaced by this. You can see that as underscore has been added actually. So this is that type. This type of change has been done in the class pool constants. Return values you are already aware. So it is already enabled. So returns value are changed something from 0, 0 return values are changed to 1. Switch statement is there. In the case of switch, case value is being changed, because in the switch case, whatever the case value, that is the index you are giving, upon dot index, that statement is being executed. They can actually change the value, or default case number is there. They can change the mutate the original index by the default one, or any arbitrary number it can give, and whether you will see that working or not. Because in the switch case also you have to put the default one, because whenever any index is not matching, default will be executed. So if your default is not there, so there will be another error. You're putting an index value and default is not there, so it will just skip or jump out of the switch statement, because index is not matching. So there will be an index error. So you have to put a default there. So it's also a type of just replication of try and catch in a dissimilar way. So these type of things generally are mutated. So this is the basic capability of mutations available in the Jumble tool. You can go to the website and you can see the numerous things you can learn. An example, you can practice. There are some references paper. If you want to go to the paper, you can also read that. This is the tool link. So we can conclude that Jumble having 0% testing mutation score, it's just worthless. It's not important. And if it is 100% in here, it's angelic. It is writing angelic because it's not possible always. You're getting a 100% score in a 10 line of code, but in industry there's not any 10 or 15 line of code is being written. The code size is around 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. It's like that. It even sometimes touches to even more than 10,000 also. So in that case, you will not be able to achieve 100% mutation score. So for an industrial point of view, you can have mutation score of around 80% to 90%, because it is generally the trend actually. Because 90% above, it's not even feasible or time taking, and it's not generally done in the industries. And below 80%, it's something dangerous. It means bugs are there that are easily exploited. But for your case, you should try to achieve 100%, because code is not even exceeding more than 20 or 25 lines of code. It's very small. But at a smaller size of code, 100% is achievable. Okay, any more confusion? Okay, anyone can explain one query is there from my side. Mutation is happening parallelly or serially? Anyone? Hello. Is my voice audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm asked a question whether that mutation is happening in a serial fashion or parallel. Because you have run two programs and analyzed that. What you were observed? Is it serial or in batch? Sorry, on in parallel.
Sir, I think the copy of that program that are mutants are running in different threads parallelly.
So you are saying that it is in parallel.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
asking
All the
about the mutation. All the mutation is being done. Okay. So I'm asking whether the jumble tool is testing one by one or it is doing in a parallel fashion. Like one mutation is like if you have 7 mutation points. So 7 mutation points are applied at the same point, or one by one it is being applied. If one mutation is done, it is checked. Another mutation is done and checked like that.
One by one, one by one, one by one.
So serially,
Yeah,
sir.
exactly. Yeah, it's
Serially,
serial. So why it is happening serially? Why not in parallel execution?
So because I think like in serially, if like in for example line 4 and line 7, it will change in like at a time in parallel, then it will change so it changes first one line and then it does the same process again and again by changing every line, means the expected mutation lines.
Sir, we want mutations
Yeah.
to be independent of other mutations.
parallelly it will
This
affect the
is okay. Sorry.
in parallel it will affect the results, the final result.
Okay, parallel. Okay, considering all your reviews, I think actually second one is a little bit closer. It's not about affecting the result. You can see that I have included a JUnit file there, .jar file. Okay, so what is the meaning of unit testing? Okay, what is unit? Remove testing. What is unit basically? It's a single thing, single part, or you can say that simple object, simple variable, simple operator, operand anything. Any type of entity in the programming language field, it is just like unit is there. So you have to test unit by unit. You're not checking the integration. You're not seeing the, actually it will affect the result. If you're taking multiple mutations at the same point, it will affect, but it's critical. You have to do on integrating these things. Well, that's actually industrial point of view. But while you are writing your own code, you're not connected with the other persons. Like I'm creating a project that has 13 to 14 Java files. So I'm asking to you to check your Java file independent of the other whatever other developers have developed. So for your own file, Java file, you're seeing what is the mutation score achieving for your own file. So that is reflecting your confidence of the code. So it means it is just a type of unit testing. It means you are not integrating your code with the other part of the project. You are running independent and saying that no, this is my code I have written and I want to test my own confidence. So for this type of purpose, Jumble is proficient and better used. But if while you are integrating your code, like your two developers are contacting and they are sharing their code and they are aligning their code and commenting and properly doing everything for a project, while you are testing your project again, you will see that your mutation score is much different from whatever you're doing at a unit level. So Jumble is properly suited for the unit type of testing, in spite of integration one. So this is the point. That's why in the case of unit, we can't pass like multiple number of mutations at the same point. We have to send it one by one to analyze whether all the variations developed in the program are can be easily passed or not passed, and accordingly decide a mutation score. So this is the constant being put by the JUnit actually. So JUnit jar is just detecting the things, like you have to go in unit fashion and find whether your code is buggy or not. So this is just about the things generally constrained by the jar file available. So that's why Sarah said already seeing in the PPT that's JUnit is required there. It's just it's dictating everything there. Okay, we will have another class where you will be aware of the J unit. So okay, that's for the jumble, and if any confusion is there, we can rectify, or we'll just stop the class today. Okay, any issue they still persisting with your side, or I think there's nothing left. Okay. Okay, then that's for today. We're ending the class. Okay, bye everyone.